Yeah, as the title says, bro, I'm not lying. 12 hours I studied during the study break. 12 hours per day. Okay, maybe not quite 12 hours, maybe more like 8, 10 hours each and every day. And I'm going to share with you how I did it. And it's not going to be any tactic that you've heard, like Pomodoro technique, or make sure you throw your phone out the window, or whatever the techniques are, bro. I honestly don't know. But how I did it. As a naturally really lazy person, like previous like porn addict, used to jack off all the time, on Pornhub all the time. Like my focus was trash, right? I'd like literally be on like, oh my god, bro, like I'd be on TikTok about porn, right? Like that kind of shit, and I'd be like, oh, what other stupid stuff I've done makes it so I shouldn't be able to focus? What kind of oh, just the normal shit like YouTube shorts and eating junk food, so you can't focus for long periods. How did I manage to focus for 8 to 10 hours per day? Because a lot of people hate studying, a lot of people hate this stuff. But how I did it was I loved it, bro. I loved it, bro. The entire year I procrastinated so much, and I had to study so hard during this period to make sure I even just passed, bro. And I studied for 12 hours per day because I had that burning desire to go for excellence, even though I didn't get excellence, which is like the equivalent of like A's in whatever country you are, A star or whatever. But like I was excited, bro, to study for hours and hours per day. Hours and hours. I was so excited, bro. I was like, imagine if I could pull it off. Imagine if I could study so hard and get a super good grade, and I didn't even like work hard the whole entire year. Imagine if I could pull it off. And I had so much fun, bro. I kept studying for hours and hours straight because I was enjoying it. That is how you study for 12 hours per day or 8 hours per day or however long you want to study, is because you need to find a strong enough reason to keep you going. And not only that, but you have to enjoy it, bro. I was waking up early, 5:30 a.m., excited to study because I enjoyed working hard. I enjoyed the process of getting on the past paper, trying to learn each and every question, printing out literally every single year and trying to complete all of them as if it was like some challenge or like video game. I enjoyed it so much, it was like a video game, bro. I was like, okay, yeah, I've completed level 1, I've completed one past paper, I'll try to complete another one, complete another one. Oh, this time I'm gonna try to get a high, like I'm marking my own papers, like, okay, next time I'm gonna get a higher grade. And this is from a guy who literally was like, for the rest of the year, like a degenerate, like I was addicted to porn. That was pretty much the only thing, bro. That's all I did, bro. And went to sleep late all the time to this, bro. Because I switched it around. The rest of the day, I did nothing else. All I did was study and eat. That's all I did, bro. I barely even ate. I ate like 1 day per day. 1 day per day. I ate like one meal per day. And that's because I only had one thing, so there was nothing else to enjoy, right? So I hadn't done any of this shit, like the instant gratification. I hadn't done any porn. I hadn't done any jacking off. I hadn't done any YouTube shorts. Any what other instant gratification is that? Scrolling on Instagram, whatever it is you do. That was all I did, and it turned into a game. So I think this is the key to studying for 12 hours per day, whatever you want to know in this video, is to make it enjoyable. Turn it into a game, bro. Like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to get higher this time. What else? I'm gonna try like get this grade, even though it's like gonna be impossible. I'm gonna try to get excellence, even though realistically I'm not going to, because I've barely studied the entire year, listened in class. So I'm excited to wake up. I'm like, okay, imagine if I could get excellence. Imagine, you need that kind of like, how do I explain it? That excitement to like just wake up and just burst out of bed like, I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna get excellence even though it's impossible. I'm gonna get A star or whatever country you're in, A star, and I'm gonna ace the test even though it's against the odds. What if I could pull it off? You need that kind of like energy, you know what I mean? Like to the point like where you will sacrifice everything to achieve the goal. Like you're gonna think that the other things are stupid. So like the things that are stopping you from studying 12 hours per day, 8 hours per day, the scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok, playing your favorite video game, you need to get rid of that shit and make studying your game. Make it your game. Make it the thing that you just like, you know how you used to wake up as a kid and you'd be excited to play outside or something. You would be excited to play your video game outside. Wake up excited to watch Minecraft, excited to watch Sesame Street. You need to like, how do I explain this? You need to like rekindle that kind of like childlike excitement, but to your studying, because it's so easy to study for hours upon hours when it's literally a game, when you enjoy it that much. Like, it's not discipline. It's not like, of course it takes a little bit of discipline to get out of bed, but you can't, if you have the excitement as well, and that will, like that sheer freaking will to succeed, even though when the odds are against you, that's gonna get the excitement. That might even just be it. To get that excitement, to get that willpower to study for 8 hours straight or 12 hours straight, is to set such a big goal. It's almost like stupid, and like almost have the delusion in your mind that you could achieve it. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna get a scholarship, I'm gonna get into the freaking top class. Like, and you, even though you've been dumb for like years upon years straight, like I was, and just have this delusion that, yeah, I'm gonna freaking do it, I'm gonna do it, and just wake up every day 5:30 a.m. on the dot, study, turn it into a game, bro. But the problem is, how are you gonna enjoy it when you do all of the bullshit activities? When you do jacking off, you're on Pornhub, you're on TikTok, you scroll on Instagram, and it's like, oh, what are my friends doing? And you go into like all the stupid story thingies and think that you need to keep up. But the truth is, no. You don't need to keep up with that shit. You don't need to know what everyone else is doing. Oh, I'm gonna hop on like Fortnite or some shit. You can't be holding on Fortnite if you want to study for 12 hours per day. Because if you clicked on this video, you want to study. You want to study hard, right? You want to get good grades. The truth is, you can't be doing any of these bullshit activities. Like, you're going to think that you're missing out. But what you're missing out on is getting the good grade. You're missing out on the fun that you could be having studying. Because right now, I know right now it's not going to be fun. Right now it's not going to be hard. I already know that. Because for the most of the year, I did not study at all. Because it was hard. Because it's boring as hell. But towards the end of the year, the reason I had so much fun, the reason I could study for 12 hours per day, is because all that stuff got kicked out, and I basically had no choice but to start enjoying it. And when you have nothing else, you have none of the bullshit, like the stuff that stimulates you so much, you don't want to do anything else. Almost like a drug addict, addicted to cocaine. He doesn't want to do anything else because cocaine is so enjoyable, so stimulating. Make the studying the cocaine. That sounds so weird. Make where you wake up and you just, oh, like... Honestly, bro, that was one of the most fun periods of my life, the study break. Fun. And all I did was, I didn't barely even walk outside, bro. That is how you do it. Make it fun as like, bro, that is the key. It's to not have, it's literally to have it so that your work is fun, that the studying is fun. To have it be the only thing in your day, so that everything else, it's not there. So like, you have no choice but to have it, to make it fun. For it to turn into a game. Like, turn it into a game, bro. Turn it into like when you were a child and you just woke up and you were excited to do shit. Because a lot of us, we can't have fun anymore because we've been having so much fun stimulating ourselves with the TikTok, with the porn, with the video games. Yeah, that's fun. I'm not gonna lie. That shit is way more fun than studying. But is it way more fun than studying if you just don't do it anymore and you forget that it's fun? When all you do is that one thing, to study. Like, it's gonna be fun now, isn't it? It's gonna start turning into a game when literally it's the only thing you give yourself a choice to do. Imagine if you just don't give yourself a choice and all you do is just study. Because if you clicked on this video, like, study for 12 hours per day, you probably procrastinated a lot. You probably need to be working super hard right now, because otherwise you're going to fail or something. You're not going to reach the goals that you want with the exams coming up. Or you're watching this because you want to learn how to study for longer. And the truth is, to study for longer, you have to make it the only fun thing that you do. You have to make it so it's so fun that you don't need to do anything else. That you don't need to go on TikTok. You don't need to go on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie, at first the studying is super boring. But the more you stop doing the other things, the more like in the self-improvement space, the dopamine that you hear so much about, it gets resensitized to the point where, because you haven't done those fun activities for so long, you release so much dopamine doing the studying that you can just keep studying forever. Obviously, you can't study forever. But there was one mistake that I made. Like, you can make studying fun. You can cut out all the other things. Turn it into a game. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to get this grade. The next paper I do, I'm going to get 18 points instead of 16. I'm going to make sure I learn this concept, and you make it into a game, make it fun, whatever. Cut out all the fun, other stimulating activities, like the porn, whatever. You cut out all that stuff, make it a game. But Even though I did that and studied for hours upon hours, reaching 12 hours one day during this study break of a couple weeks, I still didn't achieve the grades I wanted. I fell short. The mistake that I made was that I sacrificed too much of my health. I'd be waking up super early, but then I'd be going to sleep late, sleeping 6-7 hours, which is not ideal. I'd be studying so much that towards the end, I actually started burning out. Like, I was enjoying it so much, but in the end, it started becoming a drag because I'd been ruining like my sleep like slightly every single day, not eating that much food, to the point where I literally started burning out. So then I was in the exam, burnt out, and I couldn't even focus anymore. You don't want to make the same mistake. So you kind of have to have a balance. Like, yeah, you can make it enjoyable and then start obsessing over it so much like I did. But then you also have to balance it with your health. Like, I barely went outside. Go outside, go for a walk more often. Like, I went for walks, but not as often as I should have done. I didn't exercise as often as I should have done. I stopped going to the gym. Yes, it was more convenient to stop going to the gym. So I would work out at home, but then I didn't end up working out at home because I just keep studying because I was enjoying it so much. But then I burnt out. So make sure that doesn't happen for you. Make sure you get enough sleep. Make sure you go outside and exercise. Boring breaks. So a lot of people have breaks to do the stimulating activities like the porn, why do I keep saying porn? Like the TikTok, the going on Instagram, that stuff. You can't be doing that when you're trying to make studying fun. Because it's not going to be fun if you're doing that, because that's infinitely more stimulating. So you have boring breaks where after you've been studying, you go outside, do nothing, you do your exercise and whatever. But you have boring breaks where you literally do zero things. You stare at the wall. You lie on the ground and just do nothing for 20 minutes. That's going to be so boring that the studying is going to seem fun in comparison. Boring breaks, don't burn yourself out, and of course make it fun. Turn studying into a game. That's how you study for 12 hours per day. Yeah, I hope this video was like useful in some kind of way. If you like this video, subscribe, like the video, whatever, and maybe I'll see you in the next video.